Hey guys, it's Steven from CORE Therapy and Pilates. Today I wanted to go over a case study from recently. Excuse me. I had a client come in and she was young, probably late 20s, and she was a runner. And she would run and get back pain. And so she came in, she had a lot of tightness in her hip flexors and quads. She had a lot of weakness in her core, and she was very sway-backed. And so we would work on her psoas to release it and relax it, and then we would strengthen her multifidus, we would strengthen her core, and what would happen is for about 2 days she would feel really, really good. And then she would go back to running and doing her normal things, and it would start bothering her again. So it just wouldn't last with what we were doing and teaching her. Even though she was doing the homework, doing her core strengthening, doing her release work, she just wasn't getting better with the running. So what I did is I decided to refer her to a friend of mine who's a chiropractor who does some muscle testing for allergies. Now, I don't really understand what he does. It's kind of bizarre to me, but he was able to do an assessment with her and tell her that she was allergic to corn as well as gluten. Now, corn was a big part of her diet and gluten was a big part of her diet. And after taking a month off of those two those foods that were causing allergic responses, the inflammation in her gut completely simmered down, and guess what happened? Her hip flexors no longer were tight, and all of the stuff that needed to be done to release the hip flexors was no longer needed. Now, she still needed to get strong and strengthen her core, but she was able to not have the irritation and inflammation because of the GI. She was no longer putting food into her system and her GI tract that was irritating the GI system, which, oh, by the way, sits right on top of the hip flexors and the psoas. So that's a case study I wanted to go over where we were able to help her, but until we found some other ideas, we really couldn't take her to the next level. So then when she came back in after working with a chiropractor, she just worked with a trainer and no longer needed to see me because she knew how to release her psoas. They were still tight, but guess what? They were responding to it, and then she was responding to the strengthening, and she was able to get back to running as she wanted. So that's the case story for today. I hope that resonates with someone because, again, sometimes it's mechanical and sometimes it's more than that. And the way the fascia is all connected, this is how we can have a GI issue affecting musculoskeletal issues. So that's it for today. Have a great day, guys.